We are talking today about Tuma in hospitals. Tuma in hospitals is Noigeya Be'ikr for Kohanim. Tumas Kohanim is a sugya regarding Kohanim as patient, family members that come to the hospital, that they're Kohanim, and going through different procedures, medical procedures. One of the mitzvahs of kehuna is the Iser to be metame lemeis. And somebody that is over on being metame lemeis, he's over on, first of all, lenefesh lo yitame ba'amav, and the second one is the asay of kedoshim hiyu. Tumas meis is from the Tumas achamuros, and it includes three types of isurim. One Iser is maga, touching the mace. A second Iser is masa. And the third Iser that he has, and that is the most popular and the main concern that we are going to talk about today, and the main concern of a Kohen in any place that he goes that he could have Tuma, that is Tumas Oyel. We're going to explain Tumas Oyel in length, what it means, but the first Tuma is touching a mace or carrying a mace. That is the first. And now we're going to focus on Tumas Oyel. Tumas Oyel, that is, as we said, the most important Tuma. There is a few ways. Either the mace is an Oyel on you, on the Kohen. That is one option that could be a problem of Tumas Oyel. The second option is that the Kohen himself is mile on the mace, meaning a Kohen is going on top of a body of a nifter, he's going on top of a kever. Okay, there's Tuma that they talk about planes, right? Kohen flying on a plane. So that is he's mile on the Beis HaKvaris. And the main Tuma that be concerned is to be on one roof together with the mace. When I say one roof, we have to understand one roof could be literally the same room, and it could be also a tree that hangs out of some place or something like that, that you have Tuma that you have to be concerned. Tumas mace includes everything, not only a full body, it includes also shedra golgoiles, meaning you have a spine, you have a skull, and roiv minyan or roiv binyan of a vare mace. Anything that is poirish mina mace, all of these type of things, it includes kazais mina mace, etzem kiseoira, roiv akav. All these things you learned, and these are the things that are included in Tuma of a mace. How does it work with Tumas Oyel? So Tumas Oyel is when you have a roof that is on top of the mace and the Kohen is in the same room. That's a simple understanding of Tumas Oyel. But there is also what's called, and especially in the hospitals, Tumas Psochim. You have a room. The mace is in the room. He died in the room. And now the room there's Tuma in the room, and there is a Pesach from the room to the hallway. So that is Tumas Psochim, meaning that the Tuma goes out from this room to the other room. From there, it goes out to all the open places. There is another halacha, even though now the Tuma is in this room where the mace is, and they closed the door. There's another halacha of soif Tuma lotzes. The door is closed, yes, but eventually we'll have to take out the mace from this door. It's very important to understand, and let's try to imagine to ourselves. You have a mace in a room in the hospital. Even if the door now is closed, the Tuma is going to go out of the room. Eventually, it's going to go out of the room, and he has a path that you're going to see. He goes through the hallway, through a back end elevator, and he's going to go all the way through the 5th floor in Shari Tzedek till the morgue, till the Cheder Niftarim. He's going to go all the way there. All the other doors, since it's a possibility that they'll go through those doors, that is a big machlokes haposkim. If you say soif tuma lotzeis to that, meaning before the mace is niftar, we know in the hospital that this is the path. Is that good enough for us to say that that is matzil all the other psachim, all the other entrances, or not? That is a big machlokes among the poskim, and therefore we're machmer all the shitas, and therefore a kohen that has a challenge, and we do azara li koyanim. So there is a few ways of soif tuma lotzeis that basically all the lobbies, all their stairways, all these places connect to each other, and they have that would be a problem. One of the things that there is, halacha, is soif tuma liikones. We don't say that, meaning if a kohen is in a room locked in the room, he's closed in a room, and there is a mace in a different room, so even though we say soif tuma lotzeis, but we don't say that that tuma will go into his room. Now, when we talk about hospitals, I want to explain something. There is a few types of hospitals. There is hospitals that they have labs of pathology labs where they do autopsies, for example. So they have bodies, they have parts of bodies, they have scalps, they have different things. There, that is a tuma kvua. There is tuma all the time. So if there isn't a solution how to isolate that tuma from the rest of the building, literally there's no way that a kohen could walk into those hospitals. So what's called university hospitals, that they do research and things like that, that would be a problem. There's another way of tuma, and that every hospital deals with, and that is what's called tuma mizdamenet occurs, and that is a nifter, somebody that passes away in the hospital, and then we have to deal with the tuma that goes from the room to the different departments in the hospital. As we mentioned before, the way of dealing with it is to isolate the tuma. The question is how to isolate the tuma. There was a solution that was brought years ago by Dr. Halperin in Asia that wrote a solution of creating some type of an oil that you put on top of the mace in the room, and it's closed until the floor without even a tefach from the floor. And there were two ways that you put in the mace, and from the bottom you take it out because of the halacha of soif tuma lotzeis. And that was a solution that he wrote a whole kuntris, what material to use, etc. But Reb Shlomo Zalman, that was a Rav Poisek in Shari Tzedek Medical Center, did not accept that, and in Mincha Shloime he wrote that that is not something to be soimech on. So basically, we don't have too many solutions for these type of things. Always, we could work and try, and we constantly try to find solutions that will be accepted on all dais and all opinions.